I tried GoAir, so you don't have to. What's up, travelers? In January, I had the best vacation of my life in the Maldives. It started with a flawless flight in Singapore Airlines economy class from Singapore to Malé, peaked in the luxury of our overwater villas at our resort, and finally we flew to our new home for the month of January in Hyderabad, India, with GoAir flying through Mumbai. The Indian aviation market is more competitive than Salman Khan with his competitors, and airlines struggle like crazy in that market. Just last month, Jet Airways went bust, and I'm not gonna tell you how I feel about that because I can't talk about it. Asambhav, as they say in Hindi. But let's just say I low-key celebrated the disappearance of that airline. And in less than 15 years, this smallish airline, GoAir, has grown from nothing into the 5th largest airline in India. So does anyone want to guess how many aircraft this smallish airline has on order? 110. Prior to 2016, just 3 years ago, the airline had less than a few dozen aircraft in its fleet. So anyway, I had the chance to fly them when I was returning from Malé to India on what is a relatively new route. And this is what my experience was like. So boarding at the current Malé airport is all done via stairs, so you're bussed out to the plane. Luckily, this flight wasn't super full, so the bus wasn't too crowded, and we got on board in no time. As you can see, GoAir has slimline seats in a regular 3-3 configuration on this A320neo aircraft. The seats aren't flashy, they're not too exciting, but they're decent for a low-cost carrier given that they at least have seat pockets and a tray table. The legroom is fine, but definitely not so good, so in the future, I always learn this lesson the hard way, but I keep making the mistake over and over again of not booking extra legroom seats on low-cost carriers. It costs just a little bit more, but it makes the ride so much better. The departure and approach into Malé Airport are definitely among the most beautiful in the world. You have views of coral reefs wherever you look, crystal clear waters, and the excitement you feel when you're landing there, ready to start your vacation, is seriously crazy. Now here's a look at the menu on board the flight. Pretty much all this stuff is available for purchase on board, and as you can see, the prices, although expensive by Indian standards, are quite reasonable. Just like Ryanair in Europe, GoAir has a surprisingly extensive menu with all types of different foods. They have Indian snacks, American snacks, just such a variety of things, which I really liked because it made finding something to eat quite easy. This was an evening flight up to Mumbai, so we got to enjoy the sunset on board. In the end, I decided to have some healthy cashew snacks as well as some not so healthy masala cup noodles. I've never tried Indian flavored or spiced cup noodles before, and honestly, I loved it. It was delicious, and although not very healthy, it was very cheap and a nice airplane snack. I was so busy reading The God of Small Things on the flight, which I was assigned for university, strongly recommend that book by the way, that I didn't even notice how fast the flight went, and before I knew it, we were approaching. Although in Mumbai, you can approach for a long time. Finally, we arrived, I think about 30 minutes behind schedule, and pulled into a bus gate where we had to take another 20 minutes to drive to the terminal. So, what did I learn from flying GoAir? Well, I've never flown Indigo, so sorry if this comparison is inaccurate, but it's kind of what I imagine an Indigo flight to be like. Overall, it was an acceptable way to travel to India at a really, really good price. However, as I've said before, and I'll say it again, people would call me crazy every time, but my preferred Indian airline is Air India. Now, I've been lucky, nothing has ever gone wrong for me when I've traveled with Air India, which is when I hear it's really the toughest. But when things go smoothly, the experience is actually usually quite pleasant, especially for me that's super tall. They have a bunch of legroom on all their aircraft except their new A320neos, which is what I flew with Gulf Air as well. On Air India, those aircraft also are quite uncomfortable and actually quite similar to GoAir. So I definitely won't be trying to fly GoAir again, but if I need to go back to India and I can't go on a Middle Eastern airline or an East or Southeast Asian airline, I wouldn't mind flying GoAir again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. I'm gonna be pumping out a bunch of reviews now, new videos every Monday and Friday. I have a bunch of videos I recorded but haven't had time to upload over the spring, so I'm gonna try to get all those up to date. And then I have some very exciting new content that's hopefully gonna be with a bit more of an entertainment twist than my previous videos, so you'll see what it is, but I'm really, really excited for it. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't give it a thumbs up, who knows, you might be stuck flying GoAir for life. We don't want that, so don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Comment below if you've flown GoAir and let me know how your experience was. And of course subscribe, because I have many more reviews like this coming soon, but also some very entertaining aviation related content, which I'm excited for you to see. So until I see you all for the next video on Friday, fly safe. Wine, dine, or relax out here. And certainly last but not least, we have our own stairs into the ocean.